Hey everybody, welcome to NoCoders Office Hours, episode 316. I'm your host, Cameron. Today I'm here with John, Sadinko, and Tanya. If this is your first time tuning in, we do this 6 times per week where you can bring your bubble questions, bugs, feature requests, whatever it may be, and we will try our best to help you out. We can't promise answers, but we do promise you at least will not suffer alone. So we'll go ahead and get started. John, you were here first, and then we'll hop over to Sadinko. In the meantime, John, what are we helping you with today?
I think mine is a quick one, so let me share my screen because I'm not going to probably stay on for that long because I've been helping someone build a brick set of steps today, so I'm now covered in brick dust. So I need to go and have a shower. Right, so I was playing with this the other day. So, well, first thing, let me show you something. So if it's working on this phone, maybe it isn't actually. Let me find the test page I had open, test keywords. So let me just show you this quickly. So I've had my plugin delivered and it seems to work. So now,
amazing,
when it renders this page, it will now calculate how many new keywords, how many down, how many are no change, which I couldn't do before. And I can now output all sorts of things. So it will do old rank change, whether or not it's a new keyword, etc. So I can, because it's all calculated outside of the RG, I can now, when I want to, sort by old rank change, etc., etc. So that all appears to be working, which is great. So I've got to go through and carry on testing it to make sure the numbers look right, but it's looking good. So my question was, this page that Tanya's been helping me build works fine. I got all this, I added all the stuff to the rest of the option sets, Tanya, so that all works now.
Juan found a plugin that allows you to do it the way that I initially wanted to do it, but Bubble can't. So we might explore that just because I think it might be more elegant. But
yeah, right, okay. Cool. So what I want is, if I select, let's pick March, because that will be more obvious. If I pick March and it filters it to March, when I hit, because I realize that when you've got a load of this set, it's a bit of a pain to go back and reset them all. So I've got a reset all button, and I reset all, and it resets all of the drop downs. But I tried all sorts of different things to say, well, okay, but I also want you to reset the repeating group. And I can't find a way of doing it. So if I go into the back end, I have got, when reset button is clicked, reset group filters is fine. But I thought, okay, well, I'll do sort of reset data and then select the element that this lives in. So that would be, that would be this. So it could be group main, or it could be group data. So RG data is actually the group that the repeating group lives in, but none of that seems to reset it. So I wasn't sure why or how I do it.
Yeah, I think the thing here is what you're trying to reset is a repeating group. So really, we just need to display a list in that repeating group and the fresh list, right? So you go back to the original data source of the list.
Yeah.
So whatever that expression is. So if you go back into your workflow.
Yep.
And go, instead of reset a group pop-up, do display list in the element actions.
Okay.
Yep. And now we just want to put the original data source that you have on that.
B keyword shift B, I think. Okay.
And let's try that. Nope, that didn't work. Why not? Is it where?
Can you do a step by step just to see what it's doing?
Yeah.
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 Let me try and get rid of the bloody Zoom thing. Step by step. So let's refresh it. Okay. That's all to do with that. Okay. So I can't do anything, can I?
Yeah, go ahead and click just run, and it'll run through everything, and then just click back on run next, or step by step. I mean, yep.
Something to think about that.
Well, no, now if you do anything, it should show step by step.
Got you.
Cool. So it's setting states of items.
Yeah, because we're using an option set for this particular one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering if maybe you also need to reset the states for the repeating group.
Definitely.
Which would just be that one, wouldn't it? Okay, so set state. Let me think what it is. What is the state? Last crawl date, isn't it? And then leave that blank. Oh no. So leave that blank. Yeah.
Custom state.
Oh, it's not right. Sorry, I'm on here, aren't I? Last call date, and then leave that blank. Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever the default would be, but yeah, I think leaving it blank might work. So we've reset the state, but it's not doing anything. Do it one more time for me, but when we click reset, well, actually, no, we know what the step-by-step is. If you use your inspect tool on the bottom right and you hover over the repeating group, what currently is the data source? List of indexes pixels so has been modified by an action. Okay. And you click on data source lift shifter a original list. Is that actually giving us all of the data that we want to have displayed? Like, is it there, but it's just not displaying? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. So hang on. So I reset. Hang on a minute. I reset list shifter B. So maybe I need to reset list shifter A.
Well, I still think we'll probably need to clear the states if we're not already doing that.
Yeah, we did that though in theory, didn't we?
Okay.
What in tarnation?
Well, that's weird because the
And
numbers
it's doing
changed.
something there because that changed. Yeah. I wonder if I have to set B and A.
I wonder, are there any other states in impacting this visual element? Or
I can't remember.
on your repeating group specifically, are there any states?
No, I only ever put them at the page level.
Okay.
So it's only that state that's doing anything.
Yeah, but if you go and what the filters are happening on the list shifter, right?
Yeah.
So let's go look at the filters and see if they're like, make sure that we're clearing all of the states that are
that is B, not A. So even though I've just changed
it,
so even though I've changed it to be A, the actual source of the list is B, which is why I had that in the first place. So I wonder if I need both or something. But you can see them here. So the only one that's using a state is these two.
Got it. And we are clearing that when you reset. When you click the reset all, we're clearing those.
In there, so resetting it to, well, what I assume is 0.
It's empty. Got it. All right. And we're ignoring empty states in the filters, right?
Yeah.
It's just okay.
So I'm wondering if I need to put another one of these in.
Yeah, try that one.
And make that list shifter B.
And you probably need to do list shifter B's first.
Yeah.
So let's try that, and if it doesn't work, maybe you put a pause between them.
No, but it is changing the number here, so it is holding. It is now showing a number to the list, but it's still filtered. If that makes sense.
That's weird. Well, and the other thing that's weird is once you clear the states, the filtering should stop, because it's not like you can't change your filters after you change your, like after you select one filter, and then if you unselect it, it goes back, right?
Yeah.
My next recommendation would to send data to a repeating group if you can, and send the original list, because we're resetting the data right now, right? Are we sending data, or are we just resetting the data?
Well, we're trying to.
Well, we're sending in an
Is that what it is on the workflow? I can't
list.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we're displaying the list.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Yep, that's even weirder. Blah, blah, blah. I thought we were just resetting.
I wonder if, because there is an element action for resetting a list shifter, which is reset a list. So I wonder if we need to do that. I tell you what, why don't we just switch everything on and see what happens? When in doubt, put everything in.
That's true. That's true.
Still not doing it. Weird, isn't it?
That is bizarre. I don't think that's expected behavior.
No.
Like,
right.
I don't know, like, I honestly don't know how like, one of the things I do when I'm debugging is I sort of work the problem from, okay, if this was the desired behavior and I couldn't get it to work this way, how would I get it to work this way? And I can't think of a way to make it work this way.
No. It's weird,
So,
isn't it? Yeah. All right, I'll carry on tinkering with, I'll just try various options and see how I get on. But yeah, I was playing with it the other day and I couldn't fathom it out. Okay, fine, I'll carry on fiddling with it.
No, I mean, I might like this might be one of those things where I just would, because it's hard to say whether this is a list shifter thing or a bubble thing, but I might reach out to both and just say, can you help me figure this out?
Yeah, what's going on, Keith? Yeah, I think I did post something on the list shifter bit of the forum, so I'll perhaps bump that and see if I can get a response.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Right. Thank you.
Freaky deaky, as I like to say. All right, moving on over to Sidinko. Thank you for waiting so patiently. What are we helping you with today?
Hello, guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble about when the user signs up. I have a multi-step onboarding process, and I want to make sure when they sign up and then when they put a name of the company that the condition checks, searches the database for the name of the company, and if so that it's not the same. And I'm having a little bit of, I'm not sure what the right UI is. I can show you what I've done, and it does, the condition does work, but I'm not sure if I'm putting the condition on the right place. I put it on the input, and I also put a pop-up as well, but should I share my screen and
Yeah, go for it.
be easier to go through. All right. So in the step one, the user signs up and gets an email and then clicks the email, and then it brings them to this group here where they create their own company. And so I put a condition on here when it searches for the company, and the name of the company is this inputs value, and it's greater than 0 to change the color, and that does work. So if we were to test it, let's say one of the companies in there is it will turn green, and then in the workflow as well, when the button is clicked, I put this when the button is clicked so that it shows a pop-up as well. And when that count is less than 0, then it goes and creates the companies, and the truck satellite, and changes the users, sends an email. So this does work. However, how do I tell the pop-up doesn't come up when this happens? And instead of this turning red, we know that the condition works, but what would be the proper UI? Do I show an alert message here, or before they fill in the rest of the data and click the button? What would be the best way of doing this? Like this will show that it's green, I mean red, but the condition, which really proves that the condition only works. However, if they were to keep moving on, I don't know if they would be able to come back here and then change this.
So
yeah,
I think the approach that I would take with this, instead of having a user manually type it, I probably would provide a drop down of all of the company names.
Well, that would be a lot of companies.
Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't a sign in or the sign up. This is a create a company. Okay, then I apologize. Never mind.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then in terms of like the UI, I think that this would be a decent approach. Now, the issue here is that you're supposed to have a pop-up element. Is that right? That you were saying?
Yeah. So if this count is greater than 0, show pop-up, which pop-up is right here.
Okay, and it looks like if it's clicked though, in which case.
Once the button is clicked, yes.
Yep.
We're not clicking it yet. How can I show the button before the button is clicked when this condition is true?
Yeah, so you should be able to do a do when true and input value is valid, then show an element. So we can use this expression, I suppose, when company count is greater than 0.
Right.
Now, I'm trying to think, because the way that this will work is that if you're just typing in like 2 characters and those 2 characters don't exist anywhere else in the company data set, then technically that's true, and it could preemptively display the pop-up before it's actually able to be fully written out by the user.
Right.
So there could be a like a confirmation button under company name. I suppose this is a way that you could do it, where you could have it say confirm company name, or you'll see on websites where users sign up, and especially true for passwords, but where you have to re-enter the information. And then you could use a conditional that says, you know, company name equals the same as the second input, then display the pop-up. So there's a couple ways to do it. I just want to confirm you're looking to do it, and I don't want to deviate too far away from your game plan here, the way that you have it set up. You want to have it when the user has fully typed out their company name and the input is no longer active.
So what I'd like to do, okay, let's say they're in the sign up process now. Let's get rid of this. And if they start, so they put in their first name, last name, and they come to company name and they start type this in and they go here. All right. So they shouldn't be able to input this company because this company already exists. And I don't want them to click the complete your sign up if this is true.
Let me see here.
Right. I want to prompt them that this, that they need to change this field because this company already exists.
I think the best way to do this would to be when the company name is greater than 0 or whatever, less than 0. Well, whatever the logic is currently in your expression that you have set up. But then also we need to be looking at the active state of that input field. And I genuinely don't know off the top of my head if we have that option. Tanya, is there a way that you know of being able to look at the input field if it's active or not without a state? Is it native to Bubble, or would you have to include a state of whether it was active or not?
Focused.
Yeah, focused.
Yeah, so in your conditions, you should have when this input is focused, right? So that would mean that it's somebody's clicked on it and it's active, right?
That is true, but we're looking to have it to when it's no longer focused, but there is a value to trigger a workflow condition.
It isn't. So can you define another condition real quick? And let's just look. So when this input isn't focused, or you're saying when that change occurs?
When, well, we're saying when the search of this, when the value of this input
oh, I get it. This is the question.
count
you
is
have
greater than 0 in the database.
Sorry, I was so you want to disable the button when that's not true. So you're trying to say when the search for companies count is greater than 0, then the background color should become red. That should work. That's not working.
That is working. However,
Okay.
I don't want them to go ahead. How do I tell them that? Okay, right now it just turns red, right?
Right. So I would take that same expression,
Yeah.
but I would put it on the button and disable the button when that expression is true.
Okay, I have done that as well. So on the button itself, when the search.
No. So I mean in the design, if you on the button,
right,
create a condition where it's that same expression.
Okay.
Greater than 0.
Okay.
And actually I might, so this element isn't clickable. That's fine.
Okay. So that will prevent the
So
button.
they won't be able to click the button.
Right. Okay.
If that, and And you can set up a condition to change the color of the button. Usually we gray them out
Right,
so that
right.
you,
But
like there's a
how
visual
do-
indication.
Right, but how do we tell them that the name already exists?
Well, I think, and so you can make that,
Like,
I would maybe do that as a parentheses or something in the label of the input. Or you could do it as a focus group that shows up when when that condition is true.
focus group on the element itself.
Hmm.
Yeah, because there's no way of showing any other element when this is true, right? We cannot show an alert or a pop-up.
Yeah, you can. You can show whatever you want when that's true. So you can make a focus group that becomes visible when that condition is true.
Okay, how about a pop-up? I already have a pop-up. How would we show
Yep, you could have a pop-up. Yep, you could do that. So you would do that in the workflows.
Okay, I did here.
And in the workflow, it would be you would click to add an event, a different workflow.
A different one?
Click to add an event at the bottom. And it's going to be under general.
All right.
Do when condition is true.
Oh, do when condition is true. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then you would show the condition. You would have to set it on the workflow. So click into that workflow. Click into the workflow. Yep, there. And then the only when would be that same do a search for.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Okay.
And then you would show the pop-up.
All right. So, okay. Yep. There we go. Okay, let's try it now. All right. And then we can close the pop-up. Please choose another one. We close this. And then
They should be able to click out of it.
And
I think that's plenty. And then
yeah,
you can see that you can't click on the button. So
and we shouldn't be able to click on the button. So all right. So then this condition is not needed here.
Right. No, that's right.
Yeah, this one would not be needed
No.
anymore. Sorry.
It's okay.
This one here, right? We can delete this one.
Exactly.
And then this one this one also.
And you could take that condition off of it because it won't be clickable.
Because the button won't be clickable anyways. And then, okay, yes. Now we go. So this was okay, we had to create a new event, do a search for, and this is or run this just once. Okay. Right. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gotcha.
And yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in terms of the approach that I was taking, I would have assumed that the input field, I guess I'm thinking probably of like live text or something, because Bubble does have an input delay, so it doesn't automatically register. My initial approach was that, Tanya, I would want to have it not focused or not currently active, because I figured as you're manually typing it, Bubble would be like, it would just look at, like, let's say the 2 characters or 3 characters or whatever, how many characters before you've even finished typing and potentially display that pop-up. Now, it's probably not an issue. I think the approach that we've taken here is ultimately better, of course, but it's just good. It's just the way that Bubble works, getting used to it.
And another thing is, this thing is not case sensitive also. Is there a way to make it case sensitive? it'll work. I know.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's not.
So the way I would do that is I would
The contains or contains
probably-
keywords.
Yeah, I would do contains keywords if that's an option there. Otherwise, you can always store the name in all lowercase and just compare whatever they type there in all lowercase to what's stored. That's probably
Okay.
how I would go about it.
All right. That's something.
Let's see if the contains keyword is available. I think it should be.
That'd be in your search for company. Yeah. The name would contain a keyword. Fairly certain
And so
for it to,
contains keyword.
yeah, for it to be case sensitive.
Stanko, change
Yes.
where it says contains. No, where it says contains, click on it and change it to contains keywords.
Contains keywords.
There you go.
Okay.
And that should be not case sensitive.
And that's that without anything else?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, contains keywords and then set the keyword to be that input.
You just copy and put company's info names value up in the top right, or you could just do it like this.
All right.
Cool. You would delete name equals. So it's just, we're only constraining it with the contains keywords. So delete the first one. You would delete name
No,
equals input.
the first constraint, go up one, go up
This one.
there, that one, delete that. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. No.
Yeah, if the delay is, well, that didn't work. So yeah, I'd probably do it where you store it in a separate field, all in lowercase, and then you take the input and convert it to all lowercase so you can get an exact match. Does that make sense, Stanko? Do you want me to show you
No, I
what I
don't
mean?
understand what you're talking about.
Okay,
now.
let me show you. So, oh. Bubble apparently didn't finish loading when I turned my computer back on. Let me just go to June Sandbox. So this involves refactoring your database just a little bit, but you would say for your, we're in 316, right?
Right.
Company. So right now you have a name field of type text, and then you would also have one called name lowercase, also of type text.
Okay.
And then when they go to create their company, you're going to save what they put in the input in this field, and then also save that input, but in all lowercase letters in this field. Then what that will allow you to do is on 316 name.
Mhm.
Is then, so if I have a button here and then my button is going to, and I also need an input. So on my button here, when I'm saving the company, I'll create a new thing and it will be our company, and we'll save the name as the input itself.
Yep.
And then we'll save the name lowercase as the input's value, but we'll make it all lowercase.
All right. I see.
Then what we can do is do our search for here for when we're doing our conditional
Yep.
and we say do a search for companies where
Name.
we would say the name lowercase equals this input's value in lowercase. Because then you can compare the exact values, and it doesn't matter if they put uppercase or lowercase here, it won't let the same name through.
Okay, right. Yeah, I see the logic now.
Yep. It's a little annoying that we have to do that.
Yeah.
But
All right, I think, yeah, that should be fine now. Let me work on this, and there's other people behind me.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, guys.
welcome.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Yes,
you
as
too.
well.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yash, thanks for joining. You've been waiting pretty patiently. How are we helping you out today?
Hi, Tanya. Hi, Cameron. How
Hi,
are you
Yash.
both? So today, actually, let me share my screen. So can we do this after office hours? Because this is for an upcoming project that hasn't been released yet.
Sure.
Yeah, that's no problem.
All
John,
right.
do you have anything else for regular office hours, or are you good if we move into office hours or after hours?
I was quickly going to show you something because I've got it working.
Awesome. Let me see.
So basically, if I change the date to March and I reset, it resets. Or if I change the page, it resets. And the problem was that when you read Keith's thing, so I do have to reset the state, but if you read Keith's thing, the reset list shifter only works on the shifted list, not the original list. So I basically had to go in and change my source from original list to shifted list. So that was
got it.
So that list shift thing wasn't working because these are original lists. So that was that. And then while I've also got you, I'll show you this, which I got working the other day. So you can see here, I've got all at the top. So I can do allowed, and then I can reset it to all, because Bubble doesn't let you do that by default in your drop downs.
Okay.
And so there was an article on the forum, and what you do, just for future reference, was, where is it? Run this JavaScript. So you basically, you can grab each of the drop downs. So you have to give the drop down a element ID, name them individually, because I've got 7 or 8 of them. And then you can add that all to the top. And that allows you to reset all your drop downs.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was quite handy.
That is very handy.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Thank you. Awesome. We want to move to after hours, Cameron?
Let's go ahead and do that. Yes. All right. Just want to say, everybody, thanks for tuning in, hanging out, watching, so on and so forth. We're going to move into after office hours, where we turn off the recording so we can share more sensitive information. You can join us at pronocoders.com on the developer membership. And until next time, you have a great one. And then we have to find the bar to pause this. All right.
Oh, no.